Let's discuss. It's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I will be checking out a new track from Boundaries. I did Heaven's Broken Heart when that dropped just recently. That came with the announcement that they will be releasing an album on October 14th called Burying Brightness through 3 Dot Recordings, so that is very exciting. I've been doing a lot of revisiting to Heaven's Broken Heart. So Realize and Rebuild is the new single that just dropped. That is what I will be checking out today. The link for the music video that I will be using in this reaction will be in the description, as well as all of Boundaries social media and any pre-order links or merch that I can find for the album / the band. So all that being said, I am going to stop talking and we are going to get straight into it. Wow. That riff with it?
By my cage, as I attempt to color each day, in a way that makes me want to stay, in a way that makes me worth the air that I breathe. My charity is in excess when in the company of death. I have so much to give when there's no one left. I have so much to give. I have so much to give. Rebuild. There is no one intoxicating fantasy made to be extraordinary. I make a measurement of every man I meet, another out of every I pass in the street. Racing out of sync, racing out of sync, racing out of sync, racing out of sync, racing
What is this album gonna be? Boundaries, Realize, and Rebuild. Let's discuss. For me, I dig this a lot. And what's interesting at the same time, I very much dig this track. It just has a lot to unpack in under 3 minutes, I think under 3. I'm pretty sure it was under a 3-minute track. But so for me, I've talked a bit about Boundaries on the channel. I did a couple of videos when I was checking out Your Receding Warmth. And for me, I've talked about how Boundaries was really one of those bands that sort of expanded like the bands that ride more of the hardcore line and made me realize how much I love like those two-steppy, really aggressive type of breakdowns, and just it's not a breakdown. I just love that sound. It's not something I had on a lot of my listening before. Like I stayed a lot, not by choice or something. It was like before I got into the communities and stuff, which I won't go on about this too much because it's sort of irrelevant. I wasn't introduced to as many bands. Like I just didn't have as many people say like, oh, check this out. And I've made friends who have similar music tastes over the years where we exchange, it just, and seeing them live after that, it was awesome. And then I missed part of their set one time, and then I'll be seeing them coming up this November. So it's just a band that I've slowly been getting more into, but still immediately got me on first listen. Like, I remember hearing I'd Rather Not Say, and that's one of my favorite songs from them. I'd say that, and probably Dog Teeth, My Body in Bloom. I really like a lot of their older stuff for different reasons than these two newer tracks have appealed to me, which I find to be really interesting, because talking about like how they were a band, I would say Boundaries, Distinguisher, those are a couple of big bands for me. Distinguisher has moved their way up to one of my absolute favorite bands, and I think that in some of that, like the hard-hitting parts of their music, there are similarities you could draw with Boundaries, so I just find myself very much enjoying them. And with this track, I think you get enough of like that heaviness, especially in an under 3-minute track. Obviously we would all like more heaviness if the option is more or less, but I mean, for having spoken word, for having the melodicness that this does have and I'm not just talking about like how it opens up and has clean vocals, but I mean like the shift in the song where it's just, you can feel the difference where it goes from like sort of pissed off feeling to like that open melodic feeling. And I guess I really associate that with like the word open for whatever reason, I've noticed since I started doing YouTube, because I'm not sure, it's just like that let off of aggression and like the change in the chord progression as well, when you go from like that sort of like relentless sound to, which this doesn't have a ton of, but it is there. I felt like what appealed to me even more, I think, was in the beginning of the song. Those riffs were just hitting for me. It was a mixture of just sounding beautiful, but also the tone, all of it. So for a 3-minute song, it was a ride. I'm excited. I will for sure want to see some of that, that really aggressive Boundary stuff, but I am very much enjoying getting the melodic side of them, seeing these sort of different things that they're doing. And for me personally, I really like the clean vocals. I know that will be a subject that's sort of split, because it always is when it comes to something like this, but for me, for my taste, my style, I love it, no complaints. And that's what's really great for me about this band, is that they could do this and I'll love it. If it had no clean vocals, I would still love it. They just working for me. So I will link the music video as well as all of their social media in the description of this video. Make sure to check it out. Give them some love if you enjoyed this. Sorry, I had a coffin fit there. Go give it some love if you enjoyed it. Make sure to give their socials some love. All that will be linked down there. You will also be able to find my link tree, which will have the invite for the Discord server that I talk about in every video. We've got music-related conversation unrelated to music, a whole lot going on there. So if you're interested in coming to join, check the community out. That will be there, as well as my Instagram profile link, where I do post all music-related content, whether it be my chart on Friday of what I've listened to the most over the course of the week and how much I've listened to each thing on the list, or whether it be my merch collection, my never-ending merch collection. I'm constantly getting more merch from shows, from ordering, pre-orders, all that stuff. So I post a lot of that, and also sometimes about shows if I've been to one recently and have pictures or videos to share from that. So if any of that interests you, my handle on there is the same as my YouTube channel. It is Rachel Reacts, but again, it will be down there in the link tree in the description. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.